Right, we're good. So I just want to talk briefly about the timing chain tensioner. So there's the mechanism. Now the first thing to be wary of is they're two different ones for the front and the back engine. So they'll be marked with an F and an R. Now the thing with these is, right, here's your barrel. There's your tensioner is going on like that, and the two bolts are going down through there. But you can see the problem now is there's your cylinder head, like so. That's the way the cylinder head lifts. But you see, when you're disassembling, you can take out that bolt no problem, but you can't take out that bolt. So you have to separate the two. So if you don't want to have to take the barrel and the head off at the same time, if you want to separate and just take the head off first and then the barrel, a couple of ways around this. So the first thing is with your tensioner. If you hold it like that and then you just push back on that little pawl there, right, that allows the spring to compress. And then if you get, if you get a screwdriver in there, it keeps the spring compressed. So if you get something, a screwdriver will stop it compress, and then when you want it to let go, you just take the screwdriver out. So that keeps the spring compressed, and then when you have everything in place so you want to let it go, you just do that. So this thing here, the timing chain runs here, and the spring keeps this push forward. So the slack side of the timing chain, this guy here, is pushing forward and tensioning the whole lot. So that's the way the whole thing lives. It lives like that. But like we said, you can access that bolt, you can't access that one. So for reassembly and everything like that. Now an alternative way to reassemble, or if you want to get round it, is you will get a circle of pliers in there, and you can let go of the circle, let go of the washer and take off the spring, and this guy will move freely backwards and forwards. But there's always the danger that that circle or the washer can fall down into the engine, so that might be a bit dodgy for doing it. Now the next problem that we came across is these are the runners for the timing chain. Now these fellas they run on the 10th side of the engine, on the 10th side of the chain. The slack side of the chain, obviously this is where the tensioner acts on, but on the 10th side, these fellas. Now we came across a problem, and looking back like last October when we let go of the first video on that, and SWID, turns out we weren't far off the mark there. We had a conversation where we said we felt like the engine was a bit rattly, a bit chainy, a bit noisy up top, when we thought maybe tappets, maybe timing chain and all that. But when we came to reassembly this time, what we noticed was, if you look at the two runners here, these are for the 10th side, you notice that they're different. They're clearly, like, this guy is not straight, this guy is straight. Now we came across oddities before on this bike, so we're not 100% certain yet, but we don't think that's right. Now there's no sign of mechanical damage to this fella here that could have caused them to bend, but maybe there's two different runners, one for the front and one for the back. We don't absolutely know for certain yet, so we're not going to say with any sort of certainty, but this does not look right. This guy looks bent and it doesn't look natural. Now we looked up any parts manuals online that we could see, and the same part number, this thing is listed in parts websites, it's the same. It is one part number, and they're listed for two of them. So there's not a part number for this and a part number for that, or they're not marked like the tensioner front and rear engine. So we can't be absolutely certain yet. Now we do have a Suzuki original parts manual, so I'm going to check in that now later on today. But at the moment, though, this is not looking good for us. And this guy sort of looks like he's he's bent. You can see it there clearly. He's looking like he's bent. Right. Now, when you are going back with these, just don't get cut out. We got slightly cut out. We have the engine, we have the back cylinder partly reassembled. Now we just put the head on and everything like that. We didn't torque up the bolts and everything like that. We just nipped them down. But when you're putting these fellas back in, they have to go back in like this. He has to go back in there first. He goes in like that, and that's where he lives. And then you put that's where he lives there. He goes into that groove there, and then you put the cylinder head on. Here he is. So we're going back in. So probably the easiest way to do it is take out the tensioner, put in the guide for the timing chain. This is on the tight side. Put that in, because you got to feed the timing chain up through everything. So if you want that, hold that for a second anytime. Right. And then we're going to get this fella down into a seat. So it's yeah. She's an awkward little devil. Right.
The gasket.
It's okay. Right. A bit more. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's looking good. Now, I don't think he should be moving anyway. So. Yeah. Right, we'll try get a few bolts just entered. Remember we had this fella here just for guidance purposes. Nothing else. Are there any bolts over there? So there's the 1, 2, 3, 4 cylinder heads. Yeah, we can do it here. There's really only the one place you can go down there. I'm wondering when they were putting on the other one, did they force the head down and bend it?
There's a lot of force in it.
Now, next thing is, right, skill on their head. Right. So this is our, absolutely our gasket. I'll take these out now. So there would be a couple of, works better that way, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's the way we mocked it up. There. Right, and there is washers on that. Right, so we're ready to drop the cylinder head on now. The barrel's on, and you can see the problem here with the timing chain tensioner. It's fully extended, and the cylinder head's going to come down there. So we have to compress this. We have to keep it compressed, get the cylinder head down, and then let it fly forward. Now I'm going to need that, aren't I? So we need something else. I'm just going to put that through there temporarily. Right. So if you want to just come back for a second, just come up slightly. If you can get some way of relaxing your, rather than be under restraint trying to hold it. Right. There you go. Now you're over the tension now. So if you knock it down your side where your left hand is, that's it. And now my side, that's it. Genius. Actually, yes, you said that. There you are. And the longer bolts are at the back.
That's right.
So there's that one. He needs a washer. So you have a long that goes at the back. So they're all sitting down nicely. Right here. Get the gun. Get the gun. And go. Right, Torx.